Welcome everyone, today I have a new guide for Zenless Zone 0. Now in this video, I have prepared some of the day 1 checklist that's going to be important for new players to understand and also to capture those opportunities and get more resource in the game. This video is going to be a very intensive video with a lot of information, a lot of highlights and a lot of parts regards to where to spend your energy, how to get the best resource for your energy, and also where to farm, what to farm, and also how to get bonus loots coming from additional energy and also bonus rate ups. And if you look at the Word document behind me, I have over 15 pages of information on to share with you guys, including all the content that's available at the launch of the game, and also tips and also advices through those, getting additional weapons, getting additional items, and also getting the most out of the game as you start the game with a launch. So in order to best use of this video, make sure you guys use the timestamp below. Now in order to give you guys a better summary, let's briefly talk about the things we wanted to cover up. As the day 1 checklist, if you're playing the game on a variety of different servers, you can see the time zones of the release of the server. We do have a previous video to talk about the live countdown of those particular time zones and also the promo code that will be available at the launch of the game. Now depending on the servers you guys are playing, this will affect the reset time of the game, and this will relate to the daily quest and also energy refills. Energy refills will go up in price as you spend currencies to refill energy. So this way, you can get additional loots and also additional resets if you do those things correctly and get the most out of your first day. Because this means you can get additional rewards as you lap over to the next day very quickly at the launch of the game. Now if you guys are planning to reroll, and if you have seen our previous rerolling guide, daily login rewards and also additional rewards that comes every day can be very handy for us to get additional rolls, which we'll briefly talk about in this video as well. Now the main focus of this video will be talking about how to invest 1 to 2 special units and also how to get character experience, weapon experience, pet experience, additional set items, and what you should look for in the game and what contents you can play and getting the most out of those content. So coming over to the first part of the video with the daily checklist. So one of the first thing you want to notice is that as we lap to the next day, especially for North American servers that you have picked, you can consider getting into additional energy refills before the daily reset. And getting additional daily quests and also additional daily login bonuses can be very important. So the best advice I have for you guys if you want to push for the daily reset is to go through the content and also the story to unlock your character level or the proxy level and unlock those features. And this will enable you to quickly get the day 2 reward, and this will fast forward towards your next progress of the game. Now the alternative options, if you guys are considering rerolls, make sure you see our reroll guide on the previous video. In terms of rerolling, the same logic applies. You want to push through the story for higher proxy level, and then you want to double up on the free summons and also additional currencies you get for the daily logins and also from the dailies. So this way, we're only pushing to the account level to a certain level before we stop. And of course, I'll make a detailed reroll guide if you guys are interested about this. Now I know I have talked about a lot of things regards to dailies and also spending your energy. So here let's come over to the details of how to do those exactly. So let me enlarge a little bit. The first thing you want to understand is there will be daily assignment. And daily assignment is available with the shortcut coming over to the random play section, or you can run over to the random play section. As you come over to the random play section, you're going to be presented with a list of choices of selecting different pets, characters, and also different promotions. And this will provide you with additional Dennies, which are like the Moras with Genshin Impact, and those will be the resource that you use for upgrading items, characters, pets, and also weapons. Those currencies are very important for you to get onto those as early as you can. So what you want to do is, you want to select the pet and then select a variety of choices according to the daily focus. And this will give you a boost of resource per hour depending on what characters you select. And this daily assignment should be one of the first things we aim to unlock and getting the most of the resource. Now as we keep going, the next thing is how and also where to spend energy. One of the first ways to spend your energy is coming to the VR testing machines. So this is located at the video store and in the room with Bamboo 6. So once you enter the VR testing room, you're going to see there will be a variety of monsters that you can select from. This is actually quite nice because you can select from silver monsters up to gold monsters. And as you guys can see in the screenshots, we have selected a few of the monsters. Depending on the monsters you select, you can see their loots and also bonuses. And of course, this is a quite nice feature with ZZZ, because you can customize your runs. Depending on the number of monsters and also bonus loot you selected, you can be getting additional character experience, weapon experience, pet experience, Denny's, and also essential materials for various weapons and also characters. So basically, you are selecting different type of farming reward depending on your preference. And by selecting different monsters you want to fight, it will be costing you 10 to 20 energies depending on the grade of the monsters. So the silver monsters cost 10 energy, while the gold monsters will cost 20 energy. And of course guys, if you're unsure which monsters to fight, which one to farm, you can start by getting character experience and also Denny's, which is usually a safe pick because you need a lot of those. Now once you have selected the ideal monsters you want to fight, you can then customize this particular catalog of fighting monsters to save for the future. So we can customize and also save for different rounds and also different target monsters. And you can see the example over here. Depending on the experience you need, the materials you need, you can save for different monsters. The difficulty of those zones will also go up. This starts with level 10 up to level 60. And as you guys know, the higher it is, the better rewards you get coming from those monsters. And this is some of the best ways to get the materials and also spend your energy so you can get characters level, and this will unlock additional content. Now before you guys start to spend your energy, one of the biggest highlight over here is to understand the coffee shop. The coffee shop is going to be located on the 6th Street, and it is right next to the food store. So here's a little summary of the way the coffee shop is. Once you enter the coffee shop, you're going to be presented with a different variety of different coffees. And those coffees have an innate bonus. Those will give you 60 free energy. On top of that, this will also give you a rate up boost as you fight those monsters. And depending on the rate up boost, you can be getting additional monster experience, additional weapon experience, additional Denny's, or maybe other materials that you want. So as you pick and also purchase the coffee, yes, you have to pay Denny's for the coffees. They range around 2,000, 3,000 or 1,500 for the basic coffee. But it is very worth it guys. Before you start farming and target farming for materials, you come over to the coffee shop, get the free energy, and then get rate ups for materials. So the example over here, you can see there are up writings on the top of the monsters. That means the screenshot over here was taken when the coffee was used for additional Denny's. And this will give you additional loot as you fight those monsters. And it's really important for new players to understand this and don't miss out as you spend energy. So what you want to do is, you want to come over to the coffee shop first, pick the target you want to be farming, and then you want to go back to select the monsters, select the difficulty, and then get bonus loots. Now as we progress through the game, there's additional items we can be farming on top of just materials. You can also farm disk drives, which are set items or artifacts coming from Genshin Impact. Those are located at the music store, and this is in front of the random play store as you go across the map. You can be selecting different rate ups for different set of artifacts, and as you farm and also you collect artifacts, you're gonna notice that there will be an artifact level guarantee. So as you reach higher levels with the music store, we can see that back in closed beta at level 5, this guarantee S rank disk drive. So this basically guarantees a 5-star artifact coming from Genshin Impact. And what that means is, if you're farming for artifacts at the start of the game, likely you won't be getting any S-rank artifacts or disk drives. And this should not be the main focus unless you can unlock level 5. And once you unlock level 5, getting those S-rank disk drives will be the main focus of the game. Now of course guys, we'll be having dedicated artifact and also disk drive guide on the best set of artifacts and also items to use. In the meantime, if you guys want to understand what artifacts, what main stats, what sub stats, and also what disk drives and weapons to use for different characters, I will have some of the resources available for you guys as a general reference. And this will be updated as we find different items and also different build for a variety of characters. Next up, we're going to look at the weapons in ZZZ, or the W engines. The W engines in ZZZ is not categorized by the weapon type unlike Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail. Any characters should be able to use those weapons, but there are some weapons for a specific character. Similar to most of the previous games, you'll be leveling the weapons to a threshold, and then ascending those weapons for higher star level. you can also get multiple copies of the weapons and increase their special effect. Now, one of the biggest highlights for ZZZ is that you can be purchasing weapons in the game itself, and this is in the Box Galaxy. You can fast forward to Box Galaxy with the shortcut over here on the bottom of the corner. Once you reach the store, you're going to see there is going to be a variety of weapons available for purchase. And yes guys, well, not only we look at the best weapons for each of the characters in the future, we also have some of the best 4 stars or 5-star weapons you want to be looking for, the tier list for those weapons. Now in the meantime, you can purchase B rank and also A rank weapons from this store. And this is one of the biggest highlights for the free-to-play players to get some really high power boosts at the start of the game. Now in order to make purchase of weapons, we'll be using the W engine chips. Those are additional item that is recycled as we destroy and also further weapons, and this is used as one of the form of currencies to buy additional weapons in the shop. So as you gather for weapons and also for characters, if you have weapons that you don't need, and as you further and also use them as experience, you can then recycle those useless weapons for additional currency to buy more weapons in the game. Now briefly coming over to the pets for ZZZ. As you come over to the pet section, we'll get a free pet as to Enos at the start of the game, and there's a variety of pets to be picking from. Similar to the characters and also weapons, the pets can be ascended and also leveled up using different materials and also different essential materials that you can get from the previous content. And one thing to focus on the pet is that our custom-made pet actually have a number of different functions. One of the biggest highlights is this dynamic construction for your own customized play, and this will provide you with multiple buffs onto the pet. So some of those buffs will really help you to recover life and also help you to progress through the game. And I have highlighted 2 of those particular modules. You can have 1 purple module, 1 orange module, and also 2 of the blue modules as your choice. So then you can pick what fits your build. Do you need more life recovery, or do you want more damage, or do you want more status effects? Now as one of the endgame and also challenging content for ZZZ, we have the Hollow Zero. Hollow Zero is going to be a simulation of roguelike games that have a variety of different buffs and also tons of rewards that is periodic. So notice here, as you accumulate different points as you play the Hollow Zero, you can then unlock different in-game currencies, including premium currencies to summon for characters. This particular feature will reset periodically, so we can be getting additional loots. Once you start Hollow Zero, you'll be presented with a variety of buffs for your whole team. And this can be straightforward, or this can be very important to boost the damage or critical chance of your team. And once you select those rewards, you'll be presented with different pathing. You can only take one side. As you take those pathing, you'll be presented with different fights, different scenarios, and also random events. Now as you go through the Hollow Zero, as you build up to additional energy usage, you might start to get debuff as well. So this will dramatically weaken the characters as you go further into the game. And right away you can see, initially you might see a very simple design, and later on you might see a maze-like design that you might go through the content and also have a different pathing and also getting different rewards. Now as we clear Hollow Zero, we'll be awarded with points and also additional resource and also materials. Those points can then be accumulated, and also we can do Hollow Zero multiple times to unlock all the benefit that is available in the particular period. And this will give us up to maybe 3 or up to 5 different summons over the period of time. And this can be very beneficial for the additional Danny's character experience and also additional experience and also materials in the game. So it is quite important, guys, after you spend all your resource and also energy and you still want to get additional loots, you can come and start doing the lowest difficulty of Hollow Zero to get tons of those experience and also additional loots. Now hopefully you guys found this video helpful. I have been trying to cover everything related to the game briefly, and once the game has launched and also once we focus on each of the content, we'll be diving into each of those parts in more details. And if you guys do have any questions, let me know in the comments below, or maybe send me a direct message on Discord and I'll get back to you guys.